Hello everyone. It is September 26th, 3:10 p.m. and I don't know if I'm actually going to be uploading this video. If you're watching this, it means I uploaded this video. So, yesterday I think something happened. And see, here's Mirror's Edge. Well, they added Mirror's Edge to the PlayStation Store. I know. It's pretty amazing, actually. So what I have here is the full game, the 60-minute full game trial. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to get as far as I can in this game in the 60-minute trial, because I am a PlayStation Plus member, which I got a free month from the Journey Collector's Edition. By the way, Journey is a good game. So I'm going to play the Mirror's Edge 60-minute full trial now. And I'm not expecting much to happen from this, but if, because most of the single segment speedruns I try to do of this game are not very good. But we're just going to get as far as I can. So let's go. No. And I'm going to interrupt myself just to say that I live commentated this up until, like, the beginning of chapter 2, and then I went into serious mode and kind of stopped talking mostly. So once we get past the canals in chapter 2, I'm going to go to post commentary, just so you know. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Now my best run currently is about an hour and 10 minutes, which when you take out loading times is about 52 minutes. It's about 52 minutes. So, if the loading times are a lot less, and I have a really, really good run, I could beat the game in the trial. But I'm honestly not expecting that to happen. Because so far, the saving doesn't seem to be any faster. So first thing I'm going to have to do, usually when there's a new game like this... No, it seems to have saved all my settings. Okay. Wait a minute. I can continue game. Alright, whatever. So it apparently saves everything you have from the disc version of the game. So, and this is... Wait, let me eject the Mirror's Edge disc to make sure I'm not playing the disc. Okay, good. That would be dumb. Well, anyway. Let's see if the loading times are any less. Oh my god! That's a yes. Okay, so this could be possible. If I have a good run, I could beat the game in the hour trial. That is pretty amazing. Let's hope for a good run, then. And it won't have to tell me all the tutorial stuff, such as, bags and press this button to do that. It shouldn't have to tell me that, since I have all my saved stuff from the retail version. What happened? Alright, now, this is why I'm not expecting anything special. But you never know. And I don't know how full game trials work, because I've never tried one before. But I think you only get the one chance, and then it forces you to buy the game if you want to. But so I think I just have the one chance. I missed! Yeah. This is a bad jump. So I can't reset. I have the one chance and that's it. Nervous. Huh. Why? No, I can't miss. I don't want to use the pipes though. I should have just used the pipes, but whatever. Grab it! Yes! So far this isn't looking like a very good run.
Wires are fizzing about you, Faith. Sounds like some blues are headed your way.
Alright.
Tip them off.
That's not too bad.
Just get the hell out of there.
What am I doing? I'm not jumping right. Maybe I should have practiced like on the retail version or the disc version before doing this. Ah, seriously?
You there, Sal?
What the hell's happening? More gunshots and that person's a little too curious.
I hate that thing on the corner of the roof that it stops me like that all the time.
Blues ahead. You're gonna have to get through them.
Why do I have no speed? Alright, well that was pretty good at least. Now, I did download the trial, so, you know, it should end. Thank God I grabbed the helicopter. I was almost too early there. Alright. Yeah, this loading time is way better. On the disc version of the game, it was usually between 30 and 40 seconds between each chapter. This is more like 10 seconds. So this is good. I hate when I get stuck there.
Okay, Drake says there's been some heat on West Arlen. Pope's place. I guess that's where you're headed, but be careful. I'll tell him what's going on there.
Alright, good. I didn't look down there. And I wasn't even gonna roll anyway, so thank God that I landed on the railing.
You know he was running for mayor, right? Finally, someone who could actually make a difference in this place.
Thinking of taking the kids to the New Eden Mall this weekend? Then you need to stop
It's just,
by
it's the whole one chance thing
for breakfast, lunch,
that's
dinner, or even just a snack. The
scary about this, because I don't know if there's a way to play the 60-minute trial again. Maybe if I uninstall it and like it'll let me download the 60-minute thing again, but I don't know. I've never used one before.
Get out of that building, Faith. Move.
Alright. I'm not going to take a lot of dangerous paths. Even if it would make the run a lot faster, if I mess them up,
Be an exit through the accounting office.
bad things are going to happen. I got up that a little slower than normal. Yeah, it didn't even stop to load there. It always stops to load on the disc version right there when I'm like halfway through the fall thing. Oh, yeah, sometimes when you do a really fast wall run jump, it will turn you around 180 degrees like that for some reason, which is bad when you're like in some places. Right there didn't really matter. Why am I way up here? But that wasn't. It usually when it turns you around like that, it's a really fast wall boost though, so it's not always bad. It's just really weird. I don't know if I should post-commentate this, but I'm just doing it live. So I'm probably going to be quite a lot when I'm concentrating. I'm going the slow way here, just because I make it through the hallway about maybe 70% of the time. What are you doing over here? Crazy? they're not supposed to be that close to the elevator. But I just don't want to take the chance of them killing me. And that way's what, a few seconds faster?
Damn, what a mess. Can't believe Pope's gone. Shit, man, this damn city. So you know him, huh? Well, you sure opened a can of worms on this one. Take the bridge across the avenue and head for Centurion Plaza.
Alright.
We have a breaking story here at City Eye Channel News.
Yeah, it didn't load there either. Okay, I really like this. These loading times are so much faster.
You ain't got much time.
I actually have a single segment run recorded. I have the 52-minute one, which was an hour and 10 minutes real time. There was a little bit over 17 minutes of loading in the whole game, but I was gonna upload that to YouTube, but I'll probably hold off on that. I might upload the same run still, but I'll re-comment it because I was talking over that one too. But I'll do it over and explain the differences in loading between PSN version and the disc version, maybe. Unless this run is better, I'll just upload this one. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Is it gonna load here? No, it doesn't even load here. This is amazing. Alright, so the beating the game is definitely a possibility here. But I'll have to be lucky. Like, if you've come to any of my live streams, you know that single segment runs I'm not very good at. Mostly, well, that's part of that is definitely because single segment runs for any game are way harder than doing like a single chapter or whatever. I don't know how long it's been. I don't have a timer going or anything. And I don't know if you can check. So I wish it'd be cool if these full game trials had a like a timer going in the corner or something, so you could check. Also, I don't know if I could have ended that cutscene any sooner. I honestly wasn't looking. I just pressed select as like an impulse, and it skipped. So hopefully I didn't waste any time. I'm playing on PS3, by the way, if you honestly didn't notice. Because I didn't specify that either. And yes, a 52-minute speedrun is... Or it was 53 minutes, I think, actually. I don't remember. And I just did it yesterday. I think it was 53 minutes, like almost exactly. 53 minutes is about 4 minutes faster than the current world record on SpeedDemosArchive. Yes, I know, thank you very much. But I'm not the first person to beat that run, so, you know. Okay guys, now it's time for post-commentary, because after that, I pretty much just stopped talking after I said a couple more sentences about something. Okay, well, I'm sure I talked a little bit up until, like, chapter 3, but it was not much, so I'm just gonna stop it there and start talking now. So it's been a few days. I don't remember what day I said it was at the beginning of this, but it's not that day anymore. And I wanted to get this up like a while ago, but I wasn't able to finish commentating it, so I'm doing it now. And yeah, so I don't really want to spoil anything about this run, but I'm gonna kind of have to spoil some of it, or people will get mad at me. You'll probably notice the word almost in the title, because I didn't actually beat it, but I got really, really close. And I'm not going to tell you how close, but it was really, really close to the end of this game that I got in this trial run. Also, just to see loading times here, I ran to this door, because once this door finishes closing, the game will start loading. Once the game finishes loading, the second door will open. So in a chapter speedrun, you can pause here to save time. In single segments, sometimes I'll pause here just to make it easier to time, since loading times aren't counted. But here I just wanted to see how long it would take, so I just watched it. And that's how long it took. Not that long. Actually, I have little analysis papers here, where after my previous best run, I went through and timed all of the loading to see how good it would have been. And then after this run, I went through and timed all the loading to see how that would have been. So I can literally compare right now how long it took to open that big door right there. Let's see, in the disc version, it took 24.32 seconds. In the PSN version, it took 10.58 seconds. Yeah, it is shorter. And like all of the loading times in this PSN version are a lot shorter too. So I'm very happy about that. This was actually a pretty good run. There were a lot of like really weird slash bad mistakes though, as you'll see soon. But for the most part, I mean, this is actually the best run I've gotten, which is kind of sad once you see how things turn out in a little bit. By the way, I used reaction time here just because this jump is extremely easy to miss, and if you miss it, it wastes like 20 or 30 seconds. And using reaction time in single segment wastes about 5 seconds, so I'd rather take that 5 seconds than having a big chance to fail and waste more time. So that's kind of a safety thing and a personal choice. Yeah, I use reaction time of like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times throughout the run probably. I didn't actually count. So I mean, if I didn't use it at all, I could save 30 seconds like that. But then there's a big chance of messing things up. So yeah. I guess I'll tell you. I guess I did, since I got really close to the end of the game. What I did afterwards is I tried like everything to try to get the trial again, but you can't. You can only get a 60-minute trial once for your account, and as far as I know, there's no way to get it a second time. So after that, I bought the game, which is only $15 on PSN, which is pretty good, and I went back to the exact same like spot, like the exact same spot that the run the run ended, and I finished the speedrun from there just like in one try. Like I didn't try to make it perfect, and then used that and timed what the speedrun would have been. And it would have been, well, this is kind of fuzzy, the timing, because as you know, for SDA timing, there's no loading times or elevators or anything counted. It's so the only one I'm really not sure about is if we count the truck in Chapter 7, because that's like a minute, but it's not. It's like always the same time pretty much. So I'm not really sure if that's counted, taken off the time. If it is kept in the time, then this run was 52 minutes and 29 seconds. If it's taken out of the time, this run was 51 seconds, or 51 minutes and 30 seconds. Just saying. Also, I side jumped into that button because there's like a little trick you can do with it to skip the button press animation on console. It saves like 1 second, but I didn't get it. But yeah, so I'm actually like asking on the SDA forums. It's looking like the truck is taken out of the time, but no one's really sure because the people who timed the current SDA record didn't actually say everything they cut out. But it's looking like the truck isn't counted towards the time, so this is like 51 minutes and 30 seconds is this run then. Well, although it's not entirely official since I had to do a second segment because of the trial ending, but you know, whatever. So here's another place that I use reaction time. Just well, this bottom path is a lot easier for me. Also, I landed like on that fence. That's cool. That bottom path is a lot safer for me. I have to use reaction time though, otherwise it's pretty hard to time the jump off of the satellite dish. But doing the like wall run kick off the top is pretty dangerous without reaction time. So I messed up that first kick glitch. You can kick glitch over the fence here. I got the glitch, but I angled to the left there as you saw, and if I coiled there, I would have gone over the fence and fallen too far and died and gone back to the beginning of the chase. So not coiling there kind of saved my life. You need a straight kick glitch and land on this building right here, or you'll die. So, you know, I kind of messed up even though I got the kick glitch. And then I missed both the springboards, of course. So that was a small mess up. That was like 20 seconds or something, so maybe not a small mess up. I'm kind of just explaining stuff as I notice them because I was talking about timing. So if you have any questions about stuff, feel free to ask. But anyway, here is the big mess up of the run.
Can you find another way through to him?
So as you know, this was my first time playing the PSN version of Mirror's Edge, and I could not get this glitch to work. If you don't know what this glitch is, it basically sends me flying out to the other building without dying. I made a video about it, which I guess I can put in the description if you haven't seen it, but I do not get it here. Now, after about a minute of trying this, I was like, maybe this glitch doesn't work on the PSN version, and I decided to go the normal way, just to be safe. After this run, and I bought the game, I went back to try it, and it does still work. I don't know if the timing is different, which it shouldn't be because it's the same game, but I couldn't get it to work during the run at all, and I don't know why. But it does still work on the PSN version. I don't know if it's harder or what, but I couldn't get it. But it does work, and that's the important thing. So hopefully in my next run on the PSN version, I will actually get that glitch. But anyway, this whole adventure here wasted somewhere around 90 seconds on the run. So that's a whole minute and a half. Which means if I had just gotten the glitch on my first try, this would have been a 50-minute speed run, just without this mistake, going down from 51.5 minutes, not counting the truck, of course, if that's taken out. So yeah, that's a thing that happened, unfortunately. Hopefully, yeah. But anyway, going back to how you can only play a full game trial once. If anyone really wants me to try this again, it is not possible for me unless I create a new PSN account and buy PlayStation Plus for it, which I'm not going to do, honestly. Also, the only other way is if someone who has PlayStation Plus and has not bought Mirror's Edge or the full game trial from the store, if you would let me on your account for like an hour to play the trial, I could do it. I'm not sure if anyone would actually let me do that, and I'm not sure why I climbed on that wall right there. But yeah, so that's really the only way, is if someone else with PlayStation Plus lets me on your account to try. That's the only way I can try this again. So yeah, just saying. Not that if I had another try I would actually beat the game. Speedrunning this game is really random. It is impossibly hard to be consistent, at least on console version, I think. I don't know about PC since I don't really play PC very often. Yeah, so I'm not saying if I had another try I'd actually be able to do it, but at least it would give me a chance. Because if you've watched my streams, you know that single segment is pretty tough, really, so... Yeah, but yeah, there was just some big mistakes in this run, like that one in chapter 2. I also mess up this office springboard a couple times, which is pretty embarrassing, since this is really not that hard of a shortcut anymore. Although I said that's embarrassing, I didn't say that the chapter 2 thing is embarrassing. Yeah. Anyway, it's kind of sad. I don't know. I think it would be pretty funny, I think, to beat a game in its 60-minute trial. I just think that would be hilarious. Which is the only reason I tried this. And I think I got close enough to, like, for it to be, I don't know, like, close. Well, obviously, I got close enough because it was close. But it's somewhat funny, maybe? I don't know. You can judge for yourself. We're only in chapter 3, so you'll see later. But yeah, if this run was actually finished, it'd be like 6 minutes faster than the current world record, which is pretty awesome. I think I could probably get 47 or 48 minutes with a really good run though. So I don't know if I said this earlier. I didn't. Since it's been a while, I don't remember everything I said in the first part of the commentary. So yeah. Sorry if I'm saying things twice without knowing it. You can get a speed vault onto this vent, but it's really hard. And I'm supposed to wall run there, but I guess I was looking too much towards the wall, so I went on top of it. But if you, I need to stop saying but if people if there's anyone else who really likes Mirror's Edge and you play the game sometimes, also I was really lucky there. Usually I was supposed to coil jumping off of the pipe, but I didn't for some reason. But a lot of the time if that happens, you won't grab the ledge there. You'll just fall back down. But I actually grabbed it, which doesn't usually happen to me. So that was kind of lucky, honestly. Happy that happened. If you guys have or want to play Mirror's Edge and you have a PlayStation 3, I do suggest playing the PSN version over the disc version, just because of the loading times. Like, I have on my analysis papers here, see this? That's the sound of paper. There's I think I compared how much loading time there was in the disc version versus PSN version, I think. I don't remember it off the top of my head. Well, yeah, okay. Not counting the truck. So this is including the truck in the final time. In the disc version, there were 17.268 minutes of loading, which may not be exactly how the SDA timers time it, but it's somewhere around there. That's also, it'd be 18 point something minutes counting the truck as well. But then in the PSN version here, there were 8 minutes 51 seconds of loading, or if you include the truck as well, it's 9 minutes 50 seconds of loading. So that's a lot of difference, really. Let's see. I need to keep checking because I'm stupid. So yeah, that's like down from 17 minutes to like almost 9 minutes. So that's quite a difference, honestly. And especially if you're trying to speedrun this game like I am, having that much less loading time is a very nice thing. So I think it's worth it. Plus it's $15. And if like everyone in the world buys Mirror's Edge from the PlayStation Store, they'll be like, ooh, we should make Mirror's Edge too, because everyone's buying Mirror's Edge, of course. So that's a thing you should do. And the route I used for the scaffolding back in Chapter 3, since I didn't actually mention it when it was happening, that's my safe route. It's not nearly the fastest way, but it is good enough. And it's very reliable for me, at least. The faster ways tend to fail a lot, so I don't use them at the moment. Not until I'm better at them. Especially since the fastest way requires a kick glitch. Maybe I should explain some of the speedrun tactics and tricks used in this for anyone new who's watching and probably has some questions. Maybe I shouldn't explain it this far into the run, but whatever, I'll do it anyway. Now, when I turn sideways like that, and my hand goes all like whoosh, and I go really fast, that's called the side jump boost. You basically do a side jump, which, to do a side jump, you move sideways and jump. Pretty crazy. And then you turn 90 degrees towards whichever way you jumped. Because when you do a side jump, you actually leave the ground, and you go really fast sideways since it's supposed to be like a dodge. So if you turn the way you jumped before you land on the ground, you'll be moving forward at sprinting speed. Pretty amazing. I mentioned the kick glitch. That's a thing. First of all, if you do a wall run kick off of a thing, you will be able to survive farther drops and possibly not die from a big drop. So that's cool. Taking that further, when you do a wall run kick off of a thing, you after the kick animation, when you're falling through the air, you kind of bounce off of an invisible platform for a very short amount of time. And if you press the jump button exactly when that happens, you will get like a double jump off the air. That is called a kick glitch. And it is very hard on console. It's a little easier on PC because you can set the jump action to the mouse wheel in one direction. So after the wall run kick, you can just scroll like a crazy person in that direction and get the kick glitch most, if not all of the time. On console, you can try mashing, but I don't suggest that. I couldn't get up this elevator, but I find it easier to try to time the button press, but maybe that's just me. I get it more often when I do that. I don't use like any kick glitches at all in single segment, except for some ones that aren't dangerous if you miss. But yeah, so like there are some massive shortcuts you can unlock using kick glitches, but they're all very dangerous if you miss the glitch, so I don't use them in single segment. Maybe someday, if I become amazing, I can do them, but at the moment I can't. So yeah, pretty sad. If I play on PC, I guess I could, but I much prefer console for this game, which is weird, I guess. Even though PCs, I guess the controls are much easier, but I don't know. I like the console version of the game, which is why I play on PS3. So, yeah, that's the thing. What else is there that I should explain? Bunny hopping, maybe? If you jump from a sprint, you go from, like, when you're sprinting, you're moving at 16 miles per hour. If you have the game set to imperial units, I think it's 26 kilometers per hour. And then when you jump from a sprint, you go 2 miles per hour faster, so you go up to 18. If you're in metric units, you go up to 29 kilometers per hour, I do believe. So that's cool. Now, a wall run jump. I'm going up this way because I missed that wall climb, and usually if I miss it the first time, I won't get it for a while, so I just went this way. Just saying. But a wall run jump is faster than a normal bunny hop. When you... Well, there's a thing called a wall boost, and if you wall run on a wall... Oh look, we have 30 minutes remaining. If you wall run on a wall and then turn your camera towards the wall and jump, you'll like get boosted forwards really fast. And I think using a wall boost you could get up, you know, 22, 23 miles per hour, so that's a lot faster than jumping or sprinting. I don't know what that is in metric units, since I don't usually have the game set to metric, so, but anyway, it's a lot faster to do that. So wall run jumps, wall boost, a lot faster than both sprinting and jumping from a sprint. But jumping from a sprint is faster than sprinting, so they're all things to try to use to save fractions of a second. Like, it's not much of a difference, but I guess everything helps, really. That's mostly a thing for like time trials to really optimize them, but still every bit helps. And we're about to get to the end of chapter 4 here, and I think it said we have 30 minutes. I'm not watching this at the full resolution because I'm watching it in the Sony Vegas preview and I don't want to lag or anything, so I'm watching it in low resolution. But I'm pretty sure that message that popped up back there said we have 30 minutes left, which means we're halfway done and we're in chapter 4. So like near, like I think that popped up like near the end of chapter 4. So that's about halfway through the game. Maybe. So like I could make it if I had a good run still. Not that this was a bad run. It could definitely be a lot better, though. It'll be really cool when I get under 50 minutes in a speedrun someday. Because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And it'll be nice when I can also stream in fancy quality like this. Because I like to stream speedrun attempts, but my computer can't handle both XSplit and my capture software for my fancy recorder that I'm using right now when this was recorded. I'm saving up for a new computer though that can handle it, so that'll be cool. I really like watching these loading times. Look at that. That was like nothing compared to how it used to be. Anyway, for this death abuse, you have to jump coil, do the coil, and aim your body splat towards the corner of that building, and it should work. So I think the coil's important. I don't know why, but if I don't coil, I don't make that. I don't like the death abuse doesn't happen as much. It's pretty dumb. I don't know.
Wires are humming. More blues on the way.
But yeah, I do stream. As a lot of you probably know, I do like to stream all of my speedrun attempts. So you should come watch sometime. Only downside is that they won't be in this quality. They'll be in Dazzle quality, which could be worse, but it's also not this. So yeah, not yet. Not until they get a better computer. Which might happen.
The out's right there, see it?
Someday, soon. I hope. Kind of got stuck on the truck there. I like to kick, just because. Now, in my previous best run, actually, which I was planning on uploading, but then they added Mirror's Edge to the store, and I wanted to do that instead. But that part right there, the loading thing didn't trigger for some reason, and when I walked out of that door, the level was, or like the world wasn't there. It was, like, you probably might have seen that glitch. I had it uploaded a really long time ago, and I think it happened during a stream a couple weeks ago. But I went through the door before the elevator here, and the map didn't load. And I don't know why that happens sometimes. It's just sometimes the loading trigger won't trigger for some reason. But it doesn't happen often. But it did happen during my previous best speed run before this. So that was the thing. It was kind of funny because like I kicked open the door and the world wasn't loaded. So like usually when that happens, like I'll run out into that because because I have my momentum and I don't turn around fast enough to get back in the building before the door closes, and I'm stuck out there and I have to like restart. But like once the world wasn't there, I went back in the building, ran back to the loading trigger, and it triggered, and then I went back. So it wasted time, but it was kind of funny.
You're doing good. Ball's just a few blocks ahead.
Yeah, I think this was a alright chapter 5. I'm not really explaining all the shortcuts. I think watching them is mostly self-explanatory, as far as I know. But like I said, if you haven't seen much Mirror's Edge speedrunning and you have questions, you can ask. I also have done tutorials for like every chapter speedrun and time trial, which explains stuff. And I'm not the only one. There's like a billion people who have done stuff for this game on YouTube, so. But you can also ask. That's also a thing. This is a pretty cool shortcut though. It's one of the obvious ones, but it's still pretty cool. Also, during an animation like a springboard, you're not a solid object, so you can like phase through enemies like that. That's pretty cool. And this section here is the New Eden time trial, and it's like a really fun stretch right here, because it's like straight, but then you have to go around all these obstacles. And this jump right here is just really satisfying whenever you get it. It's pretty cool. I like that part. Also on PC, this elevator right here, I believe, is open when you come in the building, but on console it's closed and you have to press the button. That's kind of weird. But yeah, I guess that's what happens. I also did not cut out anything in this run, just so people wouldn't accuse me of splicing anything. Because like if I cut all the elevators out, I mean, I don't know. Not that I would do that, I'm just, you know, just being safe. So I didn't cut anything out, I left all the loading in. That's also, now you can see how much shorter all the loading times are on console. Actually, a couple weeks before they added Mirror's Edge to the PlayStation Store, I think I tweeted and mentioned in a stream that it would be really awesome if they added Mirror's Edge to the PlayStation Store so I could try the full game trial and beat the game in the trial. So, obviously someone at Sony is listening to me, and it was all because of me that this game is on the store, of course. So, you're welcome.
Roadburn was meant to be meeting his little friend in the atrium, right? Well,
I didn't actually expect to get close to beating the game though in the trial, because I didn't think the loading times would be this much different. But they are, because you know, with like 17 minutes of loading, you have to get a pretty amazing time to get under an hour still in real time. But with 8 minutes of loading, it's a little easier. So.
Shit. Sorry, Faith. Nothing about that on the wires.
And if you coil over that railing, you won't get a heavy landing. If you vault over the railing, you will. I'm not sure why I slid there. I was trying to jump and coil, but the jump didn't register, I guess, and I just slid. Oh well. One of the easier shortcuts to skip a large section of the level right there. I fell really fast. If the game starts loading while you're falling, it'll do that. It's really hard for me, at least, to react to that.
Gotta get to the roof, Faith. Get higher, Faith.
Alright, so you might have heard a scream right there. What happens in that part is when you're walking through that vent, it triggers a new loading section. And when this game loads an area, it first unloads the previous area and then loads the next area. So that scream was the game unloading the previous area and all of the enemies that were there falling to their deaths because the game didn't unload them. So yeah, the game just killed a whole bunch of enemies. I also messed that up, sadly. That was kind of dumb. But yeah, when an enemy falls down in this game, they scream like that, so that's what that was. I almost died here, but I didn't, happily. I accidentally jumped off that wall. Also, before, instead of wall running and jumping into the vent, but oh well. And yeah, so now we're at the end of chapter 5. Not too terrible, really.
Should
Looks
be
like my
one
little
last
friend
door
is
and you're
back.
out of there. Think he's the assassin?
I don't know, but I think I know some.
So, chapter 6 is a pretty cool level. Probably my favorite one, actually. I don't remember how well this went, but hopefully it went pretty well. That's what I'm hoping right now. By the way, I guess I could mention what today is. Today is October 1st, 2012, so it has been a while since this. I still don't remember what day this was on that I recorded this. That was... oh, I messed that up, okay. You can, like, coil jump into the door frame to stop yourself, and then get up to that bar. And that bar, the swinging bar, is the loading trigger for the next area of the game. So you have to get that. You have to touch that bar. Even if you go up this, like the way I am, where you jump on the barrel and the door and then climb up the building. So if you don't, this red door up here will not be there. So that is an important step. I did that because in my previous best run, the snipers actually killed me as I kicked open the door. So I was trying to be somewhat careful. It was kind of sad. It wastes like close to a minute, I think, or maybe a little, well, probably less. But I still died there in my previous best, and it was really sad. And I cried in real life. And this is the easiest fight skip in the game. And it's also, I'd say, one of the hardest fights in the game if you actually fight there. But it's like so easy to skip that it's kind of funny. I think yeah. There's a way, like a fast way through this room that I messed up. And it looks really awesome. And I'm kind of sad that I missed it, but oh well, maybe next run, right? I want to get a run where I get like all of these cool shortcuts so I can show them all to you at the same time. But it's so hard, and who knows if it'll happen.
There should be a way through beyond the conveyor system.
Maybe someday. There are like a billion ways to this factory area too. I'm still not sure if that is the fastest way, but it's still a really fast way. There are some other paths that I see people take sometimes that are like way different. But I'm not sure if they're better. The only thing is on the PC version, there's an extremely fast way to do this. I didn't mention this actually. If you've watched Weatherproof's 57-minute run that's on SpeedDemosArchive right now, he does a glitch called the slide glitch, where he slides into a button or a valve or whatever, and it skips the animation of using it, and it activates right away. That's called the slide glitch. It only works on PC. So a couple people have commented on my videos saying, why don't you use the slide glitch? And I'm like, because I play on console and I can't. Yeah, that's PC exclusive. To do it, you have to set the use action to your mouse wheel in the direction that you're not using for jumping for kick glitches. And you slide or something into an object. It doesn't have to be slide, it just has to be some kind of animation like that. And you scroll the use direction as you slide into the object or whatever, and it will activate it right away. So, very useful. it saves a lot of time really over the whole run. Like I think in Chapter 7 alone, it saves somewhere around 35 or 40 seconds, just because of all those doors and stuff. So if you play on PC, definitely a nice tactic. It's probably the biggest advantage PC has over console, I think. Other than, I guess console might be a little more difficult to be good at. I don't know. I still prefer it, of course. And I'm not one of those people who says console gaming is better than PC gaming. I acknowledge PC gaming is much superior to console gaming, but I still enjoy console gaming a lot. So, yeah. Just saying. Now this section's kind of weird. Sometimes those bullet shots that shoot out those two windows will shoot out this third window, and it really doesn't happen very often. I'm not sure how to get it to happen, but when it does, it's kind of nice because you don't have to like break it yourself. So yeah, I don't know. It's just it's just something that happens sometimes. It'd be nice if I knew how to make it work all the time. That was like a really slow wall run right there. And when you get on the zip line here, Faith will let go by herself at the end, so you're done with the chapter once you grab that, which is pretty cool. I really like how they programmed a different way to end this chapter. Instead of running down and jumping on the train yourself, you can just do the zip line. It's pretty cool. Alright, so we have 3 chapters left. The boat, Kate, and the shard. And, oh, there we go. I can't actually read that. I'm guessing it says 15 minutes. And I died. I'm blaming that text pop-up for my death, because I was reading it and trying to do the beginning of Chapter 7. So it was definitely that thing's fault. Definitely. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it said 15 minutes.
What the hell is in this boat anyway?
Once again, I can't read because I'm watching in low resolution in Sony Vegas. Because I don't want to render out, like, I don't know. I guess I could watch the raw video, but whatever. This works. Shut up. So yeah, this is just the one sequence I'm not entirely sure if I keep or not, is the truck. It's about a minute long. The other one I wasn't sure about, but I decided to take it out of the final time after talking to people on SDA, is the elevator before you meet the runner cops in Chapter 6. Because it loads before you enter the elevator. And the elevator isn't used to load or anything, it's just to take you up to the next room. So it's not a normal elevator. And I wasn't sure if we took that out of the time or not. It's only like 8 seconds though. But people on the forums for SpeedDemosArchive are under the impression that pretty much everything, like elevator, like any elevators are taken out. Anything that isn't really gameplay. Anyway, this death abuse here is pretty crazy. You have to jump over by that pillar on the wall, up on the ledge, and then die, and it will take you past the first 2 fights of the level. Which is cool, because the second fight of the level is the only fight in the game, I think, that you can't skip normally. Unless you're super crazy. So, but that'll let you skip it. That's pretty cool. And this is kind of funny, you can like... Oh, I messed that up? Wow. That's gotta be 15 seconds at least, I don't know. But yeah, you can like force yourself through that, which is cool. There's a few places in the game you can use that mechanic to get out of the map too. If there's like something up near the ceiling, you can sometimes jump up to it and like vault on top of it, which will force you through the ceiling and out of the map, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I can't think of like really anything. Well, I didn't explain the vertical kick. This isn't like this isn't supposed to teach you how to speedrun Mirror's Edge, but I guess I should maybe address some things people would ask about in a very unorganized way. But the vertical kick, which you've probably seen me do, which I just remembered that I didn't explain, is if you're falling straight down and you would normally get a heavy landing, if you kick, you will not get a heavy landing. So You might get hurt, but it won't stun you. So that's kind of cool, I guess.
Stay in cover and work
Also,
your way
if you
towards
roll off of an
Time to get to
edge, which you saw me do at the beginning of chapter 7, which is this chapter, I didn't coil there. I don't know. I've been not coiling a lot when I need to coil. I don't know what it is. If I just don't press the button down enough, I don't know. But yeah, if you roll off an edge, you won't, like, the game won't count you as falling until the rolling animation is done. So if you roll off of an edge, you'll like move downwards during the animation, and then you won't start falling until after it. So you can survive bigger drops and get bigger drops without heavy landings. So it's pretty useful too.
He's getting away.
Just some of the tricks in this game. If you want to see better runs of all these chapters, you could probably go watch chapter speed runs. Just like I have some alright ones for console. You can find some super crazy ridiculous ones for PC without too much trouble, I would think. If you want to see really good console runs though, you should look at Shogo Akuji, who I think his YouTube name is like Martial Law Y, and I don't remember how to spell it. I think there's like 3 L's in the Martial, but or 2. Well, whatever. I don't know. I don't remember. And then there's Trophy Star 93, who I think took down most of his videos. So I don't know if he's still a good one to watch. I don't know. Hopefully, there's a guy on Xbox named Lucas Maximus, who I think has like most of the world records on the Xbox leaderboards, because I don't have an Xbox, so I can't check. But hopefully, he said he might start recording some of his speedruns soon, so that might be another console guy to look at, hopefully, in the future. There's also Shivar on the Xbox, who I think he has his runs. He has a couple of his runs on YouTube under the name, I don't remember the name. It's like, I don't know. But he has most of his runs on Nico, which is like Japanese YouTube, pretty much. So, yeah, good luck. I mean, you can watch them, but you have to make an account first, so I don't know if that's really worth it for someone just watching speedruns. But then there's like a bunch of people who are good at PC, though. Like Adrenalize and all those people. Anyway, I think that was in somewhat good chapter 7. There's chapter 8. A couple weeks ago, I posted a chapter 8 speed run, so I had a bunch of practice with this level. I don't think the practice helped much. Like I messed up that part, which is just jumping on top of a bar. But still, so the beginning I don't think was, well, maybe it was okay. I got the skipping the rolling at the first building by landing on the pole. I was thinking about doing the big jump across the gap, but I decided against it. I have to use reaction time for it, so it might be worth it. I mean, it probably is, because the reaction time wastes 5 seconds. I'm not sure how much slower that path is compared to the big jump, but I'm sure the big jump would be worth it, but it is pretty dangerous. And then after this elevator, if you watch the speedrun I did, or like anyone else's speedrun, you'll notice the 2 kick glitches you can do to skip a fair amount of time here. I don't do that either, because kick glitches are hard, and I have 1 try, and I don't think that's worth it. So I'll do the old route, which is the death abuse, and then the pipe, of course. So I think by this point in the run, I was like incredibly nervous, because in chapter 7 it said I had 15 minutes left, which means I probably have like under 10 minutes to beat the game right now. So I'm like, oh my god, I need to go super fast if I'm going to be able to do this. So I was like, I don't know, like it may be the most nervous I've ever been playing this game, because I usually don't get nervous, because I know I can just try again. So like, knowing I only have the 1 try and that's it was pretty bad. Like I messed up the pipe skip here. I did the, like you can skip those 1 or 2 of those pipes by doing a fancy technique, but whatever. I did the roll here wrong, so I have to roll again. I was gonna roll off the edge of the thing, but I messed it up. See, I'll just like, I think there's just a lot of small mistakes due to nervousness here. I really wish you could play a 60-minute trial more than once. That'd be really nice. But once you finish it and you try to start it again, it'll say you have to buy the game. And also the trial will disappear from the PlayStation Store. So it'll just be the game there. So it's pretty dumb. So here's the atrium. I think it was pretty good except for one part, which was really sad, honestly. Yeah, because this. I got the hard jump. Well, yeah, sort of. But I didn't coil going to that platform. I was like, I thought I wouldn't have enough speed, so I was going to grab onto the platform, which is what happened in my previous best. So I was like, I'll just do that again. But I guess I had it angled wrong, so I didn't even grab it. So that was kind of sad. Especially since I got the hard jump across the pillar, even though I didn't actually make it across, but still. So that was kind of heartbreaking. Heart fracturing. It wasn't very. It wasn't a huge break, but you know, it was still kind of sad. But yeah, so that was an okay atrium except for that one part. I didn't even grab the vent. So like I have no, like it doesn't tell you how much time you have left until it pops up in the corner saying how much time you have left. So scary stuff when you're trying to speedrun a trial, let me tell you. It's intense. Most intense experience you can ever have from Mirror's Edge is trying to beat it during the 60-minute trial. I can tell you right now. If I was able to stream in high quality... Oh yeah, see, the loading screen here doesn't even happen anymore. That always happened. Console. Or on the disc. I was just like halfway through a sentence, and then I interrupted myself. And I don't remember what the sentence was, so... I guess that's the end of that. So, in a chapter speedrun, I like to use reaction time here to shoot the truck as soon as it comes out. Oh, okay, I don't know how much time that says, but it's probably not a lot of time. And, yeah, so, wait, did it say 5 minutes left? I don't know. Yeah, I was saying how it doesn't tell you how much time you have left until it pops up. So, like... Or was that what I was saying? Did I finish that thought? I don't know. I really don't know anymore. But anyway, I'm like freaking out here because I have 5 minutes left or whatever, and I'm not even to chapter 9. That was a good room there, though. So, now you know I made it to chapter 9 at least. How far into chapter 9 did I get? Find out right now on Mirror's Edge. There we go. So yeah, chapter 9. I didn't want to go the fast way here because it's really hard without reaction time, and it's probably not 5 whole seconds faster. I mean, probably not. So I went the old way. In Weatherproof's run right here, actually, it was like super depressing. He did the slide glitch on this valve, but I guess he scrolled a little bit too much, so he started the valve turn animation even though he already turned it, and so like after he stopped sliding, so he was turning the valve and the gas was coming out of the pipes coming towards him, and like right when he finished turning the valve, because you can't stop the animation, the gas exploded and killed him. So he was just kind of trapped there waiting for his death. It was pretty sad. I think that was like probably the biggest thing that happened in his run. If you haven't seen Weatherproof's run, I'm not sure how. It has like over 1.5 million views so far, which is pretty cool on YouTube. And it was a good run. He takes mostly safe paths and skips a lot of shortcuts, which is a good way to do single segment. So he got 57 minutes with a really good run. But I'm really stupid and like to do really hard shortcuts. So yeah, that's why I'm never gonna get a good single segment run. Now, since I had 5 minutes left at the end of chapter 8, I was really expecting the trial to end in this elevator, because this elevator is about a minute long. Let's see, when I timed it for this run, I got 48 seconds and 81 hundredths of a second. Yeah, okay, that's not too bad, I guess. What was it in the disc version? 56 seconds, 25 hundredths of a second. Okay, so that's, you know, like 8 seconds shorter. That's not too bad. I'm not sure where the 8 seconds come from, since the dialogue's always the same. It must be like the time between getting in the elevator and the dialogue starting or something. I don't know. I really don't. This is a weird game. Also, I was playing this without sound. I was listening to the sound through my Dazzle because I have that plugged in, and like I listen to that so I can listen through headphones without disturbing my roommate and stuff. Also, I use reaction time here just for safety again because this is kind of hard without it. But yeah, I was listening through my Dazzle, and like halfway through chapter 8, the Dazzle like crashed and the sound stopped. So I had like a mini heart attack because I thought the game crashed or something at first, or my my computer crashed so that I wouldn't have the recording or whatever. But no, it was just the Dazzle. So I lost sound in the middle of chapter 8. So that's why I was standing up in that elevator by the button since I couldn't hear the dialogue. So I'm just kind of mashing X, waiting for it to open. So yeah, we're like really close to the end now. About to get to the snipers. Which is, and like after the snipers is the server room, and after the server room is the end of the game. So we're really, really close right now. Now there's usually a loading screen there, but it wasn't there again. Awesome.
You can get back in on the other side. Be careful, babe.
Now, there is a lot of fast ways to get through the sniper. I took a lot of damage here though, so I went a slightly slower way. Usually, you can go around to the left and like wall run coil jump over the barbed wire fence, but I'll usually get shot at least once during that. And since I was almost dead getting onto that building, I decided against it and went around. But anyway, the trial ended right there. Yep, this is what happens when it ends. It just kind of kicks you out, and that's it. So, very sad. I got to the end of the snipers. I just had to do the server room and get to the roof. Why is the screen black? Whatever, the screen was black there. But yeah, so when you try to start it, it won't let you. So what I did here, it'll cut back to the game in a second, is I went to the exact same place like halfway through that vault. And we're going to finish the run now. This is after I bought the game. So this is how much more time I needed. Is like from here until I kick Jackknife off of the helicopter is how much time I needed. And it ended up being 131 seconds. So I needed 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Wait, is that right? Yeah. I just needed, yeah, like a little over 2 minutes. Which, you know, the failure in chapter 2 was a minute and a half. So if that didn't happen, I would have only needed like 30 seconds, which means I would have at least like finished, I would have finished the server room if the thing in chapter 2 didn't happen. That's pretty sad. And then there was like, where else did I die that was bad? I don't remember. I don't know, but like one of the other big mistakes, if that didn't happen, I would have beaten the game. So it was just like if like two things didn't happen, I would have made it. That's how close this was. It came down to 130 seconds. I tried to do this without reaction time just for fun. I probably could have done a little better, but it wasn't terrible, I guess. And this was the first try. After starting up the game, I just went to chapter 9, or I just pressed continue game and then got to where I was in the snipers and started from there. And I'm thinking at least half of the 2 minutes is probably from this part right here. Now, you can skip the final cutscene, and apparently this is allowed. I asked on SpeedDemosArchive. If once you start the cutscene, the game will save, which takes like 10 seconds. Once that's done, you can quit to the main menu and then press continue game. And it will respawn you at the end of the cutscene and effectively save quite a lot of time, actually. Now, I asked if this was allowed, because usually in single segment you can't go out to the main menu, because that changes. That's like that's one of the things that will change single segment into RTA, which is real-time tech. But anyway, I just beat the game. So that's about 130 seconds from when the demo thing ended. But I asked if we could do the cutscene skip, and I guess there's another category that they added sometime recently called single segment with resets. And that's what I guess Mirror's Edge would turn into if you use the cutscene skip, because you just skip that one cutscene by quitting to the main menu and continuing game. So I don't know. I guess that's allowed, and it saves probably at least a minute, especially after you cut out the loading times. So it's very nice. But yeah, that's the end of the run. If I had the extra 2 minutes, I would have had a 51.5 minute run, which is pretty amazing. I could still do a lot better, and I'm going to try to in the future. So hopefully I'll stream most of those attempts. If I ever, whenever I feel like recording in HD, I can't stream it at the moment, but hopefully that'll change. Yeah, I hope someday to get a 48-minute run or under, because under is certainly possible. That would require a lot of luck and skill, though, neither of which I have a lot of, I would say. But yes, Mirror's Edge. And I'm not going to show all the credits because there's no reason to, as far as I know. When I get a really good single segment run, I will upload it without commentary and probably just leave all the credits in so it's like the full game. But for now, I don't think I need to do that. So unless there's anything else I need to talk about, I don't think there is. If you have any questions about Mirror's Edge speedrunning, feel free to ask, or look up videos about it. If you want me to try this again, and you have a PlayStation Plus account that does not have Mirror's Edge from the PlayStation Store, and you have not played the 60-minute trial, and you want me to do this again, that's your choice, and you can send me a message, and I will probably try it again on your account. So yeah, you know, just saying, that's a thing you'll have to decide, because I would like to try again, but I can't. So just putting that out there in case there are people. And yeah, pretty good run. Could still be a lot better. And I almost beat a game in the 60-minute full trial, which is kind of hilarious. It would be officially hilarious if I had actually done it. I got close enough, so it's pretty hilarious. It's close, to me at least. In my mind, I laughed in my mind once. Yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully in the future I'll get a good single segment run and or beat the game in the trial. So yes, it was nice to see you all again, and I hope to see you more in the future. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.